So today I want to talk about a little something different and about how we can capitalize on a 2024 or 2025 bull run with the kind of assets that we are interested in, which is what XLM, XRP, HBAR, Casper, Quant, all that. But I want to paint it in the terms of what happens in the 2021 bull run using this example of a crypto wallet that went from $3,200 all the way up to $313,000 in only 19 days. Now, I checked into this a little bit. It's a bunch of meme coins and things like that. And there seems to be some controversy about the individual tokens that were used in this example, because at their time, they didn't have a lot of liquidity available. So the volume of these trades sounds a little suspicious, but it's more to show how compounding your returns while we're in a bull run and by rolling profits from one token into another can ultimately result in a much higher performance than if you just held one token for that entire time. So it took him 19 days to make around 300K in net profit. He aped into a few tokens. It was a bunch of meme stuff, which I don't involve. I'm just not interested in that game, honestly. It works for a lot of people out there, but I'm just not personally interested in it. So the largest profit that he ever made was from Fine. He made 5 purchases on the second day it was out, and in just 7 days, he earned 147K. So his purchase price was about 29K. So obviously he had a couple of successful trades before that. But to reiterate the point here, he didn't begin as a whale, right? He began with about 3,000 to $5,000. So his second largest profit was bought at 18.5K, and he bought it within a couple of hours after it was out, and he earned a 30x on it of about 52K. But after he sold, it gained another 150%. So if he had have held on, it would have made 150% more. But that will happen when we are interested in trying to make these kinds of moves while a bull run is happening. We're not going to be able to time everything exactly right. So the next few successful trades, he made another 30K. And then in between about 5 other tokens, he earned the rest of that total profit. But despite his success, he ended up in a couple of trades that just didn't go well. So this wallet was worth about 362K at its peak, and it's only 275K now. But that's about a 22x over an initial investment of $3,200. So I would be okay with that still. But I want to paint this picture in terms of the 2021 bull run with some assets that we're much more familiar with that actually have utility behind them. I don't think the next bull run will begin with a utility bull run. I think it'll be either a weakening of the U.S. economy and or these large ETFs being able to unlock trillions and bring that into crypto. I do think that those two individual bull runs could overlap or go from one into the other, because if institutional money gets regulatory clarity to bring in trillions into ETFs, then we'll likely have a very large push for regulatory clarity after that, which will unlock the regulations required for large enterprises to become comfortable truly signing up for these utility token projects and all of the perks that they're able to provide. So let's assume that we have a $5,000 bag of ADA on the 23rd of July of 2021. And we comfortably rode that up and got out on, let's say, August 16th. And that's a profit of 81%, which that's now we're at a total holding of 9,050. So if we roll that into SOL, which was about here, and then if we rode that up and we caught it up at its top, that would be a 200% profit. So now we have a total holding of $27,000, and that puts us at about September, let's call it September 11th, right? Then we roll this into AVAX, which on September 11th, which is here, we decided to hold this for a while because we were convinced it would go up, and that went up another, let's call it 220%, right? So now we have a total bag of $86,880 on the 20th of November of 21. Then we're trying to see what's available still, and if we look at Polygon, then and if we put all of that 86K in Polygon on November 21st, and we rode that up to about $2.78 or $2.70, that's an additional profit of 74%. So that leaves us at a total holding now of $151,171, where we only had 5,000 about 4 months ago, which is let's see, we divide this by 5,000, it is a 30x, and that is completely attainable even in this more utility token market, where we're not having to worry about meme coins and pump and dumps and all of that kind of stuff. So we went from 5K all of the way up to 151. Now, if we compare our 5,000 bag of ADA at that time, and if we rode that all of the way through that same time frame, we would have made only about a 39% profit, which would have been about $9,000. So I guess my point is that in the next bull run, I am going to be looking into how I can make moves in between different assets while everything is still increasing, because not everything pumps at once. Things will come out of Bitcoin into Ethereum, then it'll go into the larger cap altcoins, and it'll continue to trickle down until everyone has taken profits and gotten out. That's just how crypto works at the moment when we don't have any adoption. Once we do have true adoption with regulatory clarity, we won't have these insane pump and dump bull runs, but it still will have ups and downs over time. Well, in my opinion, I think it will long term continue to have a positive trend. So I know that this isn't what I normally talk about, but I think it's really interesting because I'm certainly wanting to be more active in the next bull run and try to make these kinds of moves in order to capitalize on things as much as I possibly can. Now, I hope you know that this isn't financial advice. It is purely hypothetical, and it is only what I'm interested in. So you are responsible for your own cash at the end of the day.